Right, so I don't know if you'll be able to tell because I don't know what the light bounce is going to be like on this, but there is a huge looming grey cloud. So I think I best get this over with before it comes pouring down. Okay, so today's planting is another transplant. This was a young wild quinine that was growing in a path where it had repeatedly been bashed by a wheelbarrow every time I try and get into where I pot plants. So it has bravely been trying to come up there, and I thought I'd give it a slightly better chance by putting it somewhere where it will be out in the open. It's also close to our old guava trees, where I previously tried to plant a whole bunch from cutting, and I'm not convinced that any of them have taken. So I think having another one close by should not only give the birds something else to eat in between eating the excess guavas, it should also, you know, hopefully reduce the disease burden on some of the guava fruits. Because it is very toxic. It isn't the quinine that is used for malaria medication, but it is traditionally used for malaria medication. The one in the commercial medicines is actually a South American tree, which is not closely related, although I believe it looks similar. This is Rauvolfia, which is in a completely different family as far as I know. Anyway, with it I'm planting another East African fence aloe, which I think is Aloe nieriensis. I might be saying that completely wrong, it will be up on the screen. Which had actually kind of qualified itself for tree status in a way, because it was, as far as I can tell, over 5 centimeters circumference at chest height. So that is by some definitions what you count as a tree, but it was growing supported in a hedge, so it was more of a scrambler, and then it fell over, so it was definitely not reaching chest height anymore. And so that is going in as a base around that. It will root wherever it flops, so as the Rauvolfia grows, it should be able to sort of spread out a bit further. I'm planting a little bit further because the Rauvolfia will be quite fast growing once it's established. Dracaena, so I'm actually planting that in a slightly separate little gap, and I'm planting right up next to the Rauvolfia because I know it will spread like a weed, because it is one of the Madagascan calincos. I will put the name up. It's one of several that are sometimes called Mother of Thousands. Used to be included in bryophyllum, like most of the calincos that reproduce asexually all over their leaf edges. But now it's a calico. So yes, before it buckets with rain, that should be everything for today. So thank you for watching, and tune in tomorrow to see what plant I'm going to victimize then.